What's up, guys? It's your boy Justin here with this month's book review. Today we're reviewing the 1991 book Black Sun Rising by C.S. Friedman, which is published by Daw Books. This is book one of the Coldfire trilogy. So this is a science fantasy adventure book. I first heard about this book series from Brian Lee Durfee's, who did a video called Top 40 Fantasy Book Series, and he said in that video that this was a Dune clone. And I read the book, right? Obviously, I'm reviewing it, and I don't know where he got the Dune similarities from, other than it's science fantasy, and Dune is kind of science fantasy, which is kind of what made me interested in this book series. Because a couple years back, I tried looking for science fantasy books to read because I was playing Phantasy Star 2 and I wanted some science fantasy books to read. And the best I could find was the what was it called? I can't remember. It was David Weber's Safe. What was it called? Safe Home or something series. Which I tried to read the first book. It sucked super bad. And so, based off reviews for this book and the fact that people consider it a cult classic, I was expecting a lot from this book, and holy crap, man. Holy crap. The book, well, first off, beautiful cover. That's Michael Whelan cover. But the three best things about the book is, one, its title, two, its cover, three, its setting. Other than that, holy crap, this book kind of... The thing is, the book is good, but holy crap, man, it's overhyped, and it's just like... First, I forgot to mention, the book is like 489 pages, and I speed read the book, not because I was enjoying it, because I wanted to finish it, right away. For obvious reasons, if you're a fan of the channel. So it was the thing where I speed read the book, so some of the details could have been lost on me, but holy crap, man! There were a lot of plot inconsistencies with the book, and just like some of the when certain characters would monologue, they would describe a scenario only for them to be like, oh, actually this thing that I just described as a scenario actually did happen. Twice that happened in the book. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh my god. But first, I should talk about what the book's about, which the setting for this book, holy crap, the setting is awesome. The setting, first off, the setting is basically humanity, a colony ship lands on this planet and colonizes it, right? Called Erna. Not knowing that on this planet there's this magical force called the Fae, which basically allows humans to perform magic, and whatever humans imagine, or their deepest fears or subconscious or whatever, their subconscious fears, hopes, or whatever, it changes matter around them, right? So 1200 years later, we have this archaic Gothic medieval society living on this planet, because they can't use advanced technology because because it could have because of how because of how the Fae works, which is the magical force on the planet, it could cause things to backfire. So they have to rely on basically medieval technologies and magic. So wow, really cool setting, and there's vampires, monsters, the setting is basically Vampire Hunter D. And the story is basically science fiction Dracula. Like, it's like, holy crap, I get to a point where, like, hey, this is basically this isn't a Doom clone, this is basically a female-friendly Vampire Hunter D book. Which the plot of the book is you have the main character, Reverend Damien Vrice, who is this warrior, priest, sorcerer, who can use the Fae, but his magical talents are he can basically heal. He goes to this, he gets sent on a mission to train more sorcerers for the church, and it's because of things that happen with their prophet. You know, like sorcerers are kind of taboo for the church. But you know, because they're like, you know, they want to use every weapon available so they can, like, you know, tame Erna, right, and get humanity back to what it was, you know, before they went on the planet, because of how crazy the Fae is, which is the magical force. They no longer have interstellar travel, right? They had to destroy the ship, which is something they call the sacrifice, or at least it's implied that they had to destroy the ship that brought them there. Because how magic works, the more powerful, it's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like Full Metal Alchemist, where if you sacrifice things, the greater the sacrifice, you know, the more powerful the spell will work. So yeah, so he gets there and he kind of falls in love with a local adept who runs a Fae shop called Sienni, who is, to me, came off like a self-insert by the author. I could be wrong on that. Who gets brutally attacked by this mysterious creatures, which we're told are the Rock, are basically these humanoid aliens that were natives of Erna before humanity showed up, but because of scientists thinking that they were basically the human equivalent, they were like simple creatures until like a scientist said, "Hey, these are going to be like the Neanderthals of like Erna. One day they're going to evolve to become more human." And because he fought that, and that belief spread across Erna in the human communities, that actually caused it to happen to the point where there was a crusade against the Rock to annihilate them. And because of that, they were almost wiped out. They established this zone called the Canopy that made it so, like, when human sorcery doesn't work there very well. So it's basically like a sanctuary for the Rock. So our main character, with the help of Sienni's apprentice and Sienni herself, who was attacked by these rock creatures, who lost her ability to use the Fey line, who lost her sorceress abilities, have no choice but to team up with basically this world's version of Dracula called Gerard Torrent, who is also a serial killer called the Hunter, who we find out is who they think is just a random like serial killer. Turns out he's the fucking Dracula of this book series. There's this evil being. There's this evil force that's overrun by evil creatures that the church has tried many times to wipe out, but I've lost every time. It turns out he was the fucking leader. The local serial killer and the Dracula local Dark Lord was the same fucking person. Spoiler alert. But that's not a huge plot point because, halfway through the book he teams up with them. And they have to go on this journey to find the beings that attacked Sienni. Oh my god. So what did I think about the book? I'll just go with my likes and dislikes. One, there was plot inconsistencies. Especially, especially with like, especially with like the Gerard Trant character, where it's like yeah, and the bad guys, because the bad guys at first were called are rocks, then we're told they're demons, and turns out oh no they were rocks, even though they were I don't know, there's certain scenes like we're told that they can't be out during the daylight, but there were certain scenes when they were disguised as humans. They were probably out during where they might have been out during the daylight. I don't remember, but like how they were at one point, they disguised themselves as humans, so they can sneak into the humans' lands. And you would think at some point, like the shipmates, the ship that carried them to, humans, that's would have noticed. Hey, these guys are like avoiding this daylight, just like the demons would. The demons are basically like the manifestations of like human fears that were generated by the Fae subconsciously, right? To the point where like people are afraid to go out at night. Which is like, oh my god, man. What another problem is based on the premise, you would think there would be a lot of action scenes. Our characters are supposed to be badass. There are very few action scenes, and what action scenes there aren't really that aren't really that good in my opinion. And then there's the fact that there's no direct confrontation. This is a spoiler alert, but there's no direct confrontation. Sorcerers, you would think by the fact that all these characters are sorcerers, you would have one epic sorcerer battle. No fucking epic sorcerer battle in the book at all. And then there's the thing where like the book sets up like it's going to be super dark, story, and our characters are evil. Like the one character is like super evil, and like it's the thing where it sets up that it's going to be super dark, and like the offer does not follow through. To the point where like the one villain character, the Dracula, has to basically, kills people just to for the fun and also to survive. Twice we see him hunt women only for them to like, no, I'm not gonna kill her. Fuck. I can't. And it's even though you've killed like thousands of girls, young beautiful women, and like, oh my god, it's because like the author decides, oh no, this character's gonna be a good guy now, even though the main character swore that after they set out to kill who they set out to kill, which turns out was a woman, by the way, and like the Dracula guy is like, I found out that the Master of Lemma is a woman. And like Damien's like, well, what difference does that make? We still, and the character goes on this like, the Dracula character goes on this like basically goes on this like kind of feminist speech or whatever. It's like, buddy, you kill women. Why are you trying to? You kill women. Like, why are you pretending to be a male feminist right now? Oh my god. Yeah. But it's the thing where the book, even though I'm kind of like, trashing the book is good. It's just like it's overhyped, and there were plot inconsistencies, and like there was a thing and this happens in almost every book I read, but like, there was a thing where like there was like a typo where she clearly wanted, the word was clearly supposed to be fought, but she forgot to put a T, so it was dough. But like, no, like, dude, like, holy fuck, do the people who are supposed to be the editors, who are supposed to like, double check these fucking books to make sure like there's no grammatical errors or whatever, right? Do they speed read it too? Like, I was speed reading this book and I caught that. Like, holy fuck. Oh my god. But yeah, it is a good book, but holy fuck. And but yeah, it has, because of the plot inconsistencies and like, the bullshit near the end, like, oh man, fuck. It's the thing where it's like the book has this awesome setting, but it's just like, you know, it focuses too much on like bullshit. And like there was a point where there was a scene in the beginning of the book. The book starts off with like a flashback. I thought it was supposed to be a flash forward. Because like the character they describe at the beginning of the book is exactly like the main character, so I thought, oh, maybe that's like a flash forward for the main character. But it turns out they were actually talking about the Dracula character. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my god! But yeah, it's this thing where the book is basically a female-friendly version of Vampire Hunter D. If that sounds good to you, check it out. But if not, I know it's a decent read. It's like comparable to like, you know, it's basically like a sci-fi D&D book basically. So if that sounds good to you, check it out. But yeah, it's a good read. But fuck, I overhyped. And I have the second book, When True Night Falls, which that's the Dracula guy. I don't know if I'm not in a hurry. At a certain point, I was in a hurry to get the third book, but after finishing it, I'm not in a hurry no more. But yeah, if I get like 5 likes, we'll do a poll for the next book review, which I'll pick like, you know, these will be the options, you know. If not, I'll pick like either a short book or a book from the backlog. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed this book review. Bye.